Thursday, 8 p.m. Tuesdays are my request evening. Thursdays are stories that I like to bring to you. I'm also on Patreon. If you want to join my Patreon, it's patreon.com/JessRose5472. Or I'm over on the TikTok, which is TikTok5472. No, it's not TikTok5472. I keep saying that. It's Jess Rose 5472. It is alive, but once I start the story, I don't stop. So what I'll do, I'll just wait for a few people to join us, and then I'll start the story. Once I do, there's no chopping and changing, so you can just fast forward if you like. So I'm just going to say hello to a couple of the guys in the live, and then I'll start. Hey, dude, how you doing? My God. Well, hey, sis. Oh, what a palaver. 3 times I started. He just didn't want to play. I was like, oh, no, don't do this again. But we seem to be okay at the minute. Hey, Phil. How are you? How was your barbecue the other night? Making us all jealous. But, yeah, absolute nightmare a second ago. I don't know what it was playing at all. I was like, please don't do this to me again, please. Well, how are we? What are we all up to the weekend? Anyone got anything exciting? Any exciting plans? Phil, are you working? Warwick and Tiffany, are you drinking? Is that what we're doing? Because I might be doing the same. I may have a drop of alcohol myself. I'm not too sure, but we'll see. Probably. Oh, I'm jealous. Oh, I'm very jealous. I had such a good time up there. I'm very jealous. And Warwick, excellent. Oh, I'm glad, Phil. I'm glad you had a good time. Oh, that's good. I want to say, yes, that is a light bulb. You can see a bulb there, and you can see a bare bulb there. Right, okay. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. What happened is I've ordered like ceiling fans. They look ever so good. They're like drones. They look really good. You've got to have seen them advertised. They're everywhere. So when they came, I took everything down, washed my old light fittings, put them away, got ready to put my new ones in, and yeah, it needs a whole new light wiring and everything else. So I now I've put one bulb in for the live, and I have no bulb in that one. So, but hopefully the next time you see it, I'll have my fan lights in. So that's what's going on there. Hey, oh yeah, please guys, I've only got one bulb. We have to switch it between the two. Hey Jerome, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Would you ever take me to Fantasy Island? No more weekends working for me for the... Oh no, Phil. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Is that bad news? If it is, I'm really sorry. I was made redundant, obviously a while ago, from one of my places. I was actually happy about it. I ain't gonna lie. Place was on its last legs. So, but I don't know how you feel, because I know you like your job. So, oh, how are you? It's very sorry to hear it. So no work though. Jess, I'm fine, thank you. I'm good, thank you, Jerome. Thank you. Doing good here, just explaining why I have one bulb and one not. So, people will start feeling sorry for me. Bet you didn't see that coming. Oh, ba-dum-dum, and he comes in swinging. Oh, I've got a massive bite on my leg, I have. I think it was in the garden, but oh, it's huge like that on my leg. It's very itchy, and I'm trying not to itch. So that's as interesting as my day's got. I am poor, Jerome. I am poor. I only have one light bulb when I should have 2. I have got the other one. I didn't even think the other one would show up. The next time you see, I should hopefully have proper fittings in. It's terrible, isn't it? And you're going to know, but anyone watching my pre-recorded ones aren't going to know, and it's going to be like, has she just got a light bulb in that living room? Oh dear. I know, Jerome, I know. Compared to the crap job they offer me as an alternative. Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you go, Phil. So they do that, don't they? They think they can do that. They think you're going to be so desperate that you'll take what they give you. Well done to you for not taking it. I don't blame you. You can get better elsewhere, I reckon. Just find one. No, Jerome, I have 2 light bulbs. Oh, stop it. I'll go and get it. I'll go and get my other light bulb. I'll show you. I've got it. I've got the light bulb. Oh, dear. I knew I should have put the fittings back in. I knew, or at least the other light bulb. I knew I should have done it. I knew I was going to take stick for it. Oh, dear. What was I going to say? I was going to say something now. I'm very jealous over Fantasy Island. You take it out of the kids' room. No, that's you. That's why you were so quick then, because that's you. Don't tell lies. Do you know, actually I would. But the upstairs takes different bulbs to downstairs. That's the only reason I wouldn't do it. They outsourced our department to Mumbai. Oh, do you know what I was saying? I'd been made redundant. They outsourced ours to Wales. Apparently electric and water is quite cheap in Wales. I don't think as cheap as Mumbai though. But yeah, I know that feeling, Phil. There's no such thing as a crap job, just crap managers. Oh, I don't know, Warwick. I don't know. I could think of a few crap jobs out there. I will share the video on Facebook. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jerome. That might get me an extra bulb. That might do it. That might help me. I'm poor. I'm so poor. Oh, dear. Wow, considering I'm so bleeding late today. Oh, thank you, Jerome. I appreciate that. Do you still do it? Thank you. Haven't seen you in a while, so I wasn't sure. Thank you. It's very much appreciated. But I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start. It's not too long a story, but because I was so late, I think I might start. You won't need to. Oh, God, they're in swinging, aren't they? Look at what's going on. Right, I'm going to start. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm going to do because I can see how it's going. I don't know if Jessica's going to join us in a bit. And Kelly might pop in because she normally pops in as I'm about to start. But I'm going to start because my legs are cramping up. So I know I'm going to be shifting around. And it's really hot. Oh, and I watched it back the other day. And oh, my God. The red face. And it's still really, really hot. I can't believe I've got a quieter fan in front of me, though. So hopefully that'll help matters. But I was telling my mum. I had to dry my face with. Did I tell you what I was drying my face with the other day? I don't think I did I? 8:15. Is that what time it is? Is that the time? That can't be the time. Do I live near Northfield? No, I don't. I live over the other side. So I think that's more north, isn't it? North Birmingham. Northfield. But I think it is, isn't it? I'm not south. I don't mean to argue, but if you feel that job is not suitable, then you don't do it. I would be more west. Would I? West Birmingham? Yeah, I'm probably a good, say, half an hour, 40 minutes away from Northfield. So I suppose not a massive distance, but no, it's for Birmingham, because Birmingham's not massive, is it? So it's yeah, it's about half an hour, 40 minutes away. Why? Am I west from? I see, that was a good guess. I had a good guess there. Hello, what's going on here? Are you worried, Phil? Hi, Jessica, how are you? Here she is. I was saying you might join us. I was thinking I was going to start and then you join, but here you are. But why, Warwick? Why? But no, I think the siren lived over in Northfield at one point, didn't you? I was near there at one point. The words of whisper, it's what I don't want. Right, anyway, you can tell me at the end because I'm going to start now. I'm going to start. Don't know if you've heard this story. It's exactly what I put in the title. It's horrific. But I'm going to start my... We have a GoFundMe. Stop it. It's about flags. Oh, they've started going up over there, haven't they? Or have I missed something today? Because I heard they were going up. Like they were putting them up. But has something happened today? Have they been told to take them down? Okay, I'll stop now. Stop it now. Stop it now. Pauper me. I'm poor. I'm so poor. But yeah, I had heard something, Tiffany. So I hope you get with it. Oh. Have they been told to take them down? Have they? No, I haven't. I haven't seen. I've been really busy today. I haven't seen anything. Oh, well, I'll be posting something on that later, no doubt. That's terrible. I knew. See, can they make everyone take them down? I don't know. It just depends how strong people stay, but I don't think people have got families, people have got things and jobs and stuff. I don't know if people could stay that strong. Just but for my children, I'll be so grateful. Stop it now. Jessica, she's on about health and safety. Jessica, she's on about me. She's on about me with my bulbs. Just ignore her. Ignore her. Right, I'm going to start anyway. So. Okay, so I'm going to do my second intro and I will leave you all to it. Okay, so got a really did sound like thingy then, you know, the teacher from South Park. Because I got called him a lot over on the TikTok. They keep calling me Mr. McKay from, no, Mr. His name's not Mr. McKay, is it? It's Mr. something. But from South Park. And it's like, stop it now, leave me alone. I'm still getting a load of stick over there on my true crime one. No. No, Jessica, what happened is if you look behind me, I've got one bare bulb and I don't have a bulb in the other one. And I was explaining I've got new light fittings going up. But Tiffany's just basically saying, no, I can't afford two bulbs at the same time. And a GoFundMe needs to be put forward for me. She's just trying to make a joke. That's all it is. And you've come through halfway through. That's all it is. She's talking about my bulbs. I don't know why I'm doing this because they are like this, but on camera they're like this. Anyway, I'm going. Right, okay. Let's do the intro and start this one. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's True Crime with Jess Rose. I'm here every Tiffany, leave her. Okay. Right, it's not happening again. We're not doing this again. Okay, let's go. Phil, I don't know if you watched Tuesday's one, but they were terrible. There was only Tiffany and Warwick for the majority. And it... Yes, she is Warwick. In September, we'll look to have you on. Okay, that sounds good, Jerome. Yeah, let me know. I'll definitely be... I'll be free. I'll definitely be free, I would imagine. The kids will be back at school and stuff. So, yeah, just let me know when you want to. Give me the date and I can let you know. But it sounds good. That sounds exciting. Okay, right. I'm doing my second intro. I'm phasing it out. Oh, thank you, Drew. Let's go. Tiffany, stop it. Okay. Don't sound too big. Did I not? I thought I did. Are you being funny? Jerome, take no notice of her. She's on one tonight. Just ignore her. Okay. I see you're not getting kicked out tonight, are you? Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's True Crime with Jess Rose. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Tuesdays are my request evening. Thursdays are stories that I like to bring to... Oh, God. No one even did anything. No one did anything. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for you to do something. Right. Okay. Right, we can do it. You're an idiot. Oh, God. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's True Crime with Jess Rose. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Tuesdays are my request evening. Thursdays are stories that I like to bring to you. I'm also over on the TikTok, and it's Jess Rose 5472. Or you could join my Patreon, which is patreon.com/Jess Rose 5472. Or you could comment and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Or you could just watch. You could just watch, and that's just as good. So now that I've got all that out of the way, I'm going to begin the story. And this evening is the horrific Stacey Hanna story. Okay. It is horrific. Warwick! Oh my God, I was so close. Warwick! Oh, I knew it was. Do you know, I knew it was coming. I knew it was. Ha! Right. Right, that's it. You both had your little giggles now. Leave me alone. Talk to each other. All right, okay. Right, I was so close as well. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's True Crime with Jess Rose. I'm here. Thank you, Jerome. Thank you. God's sake. I can't do it. I can't do it. And you should it, you. My God, you're encouraging it. Right. Okay. Let's go. We can do it. We can power through. God, the pre-recorded ones, I have no idea, do they? They have no idea. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. It's True Crime with Jess Rose. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Tuesdays are my request evening. Thursdays are stories that I like to bring to you. If you'd like to join my Patreon, it's patreon.com/Jess Rose 5472. Or I'm over on the TikTok, which is Jess Rose 5472. Or you could just like and comment, and that'd be amazing. Or you could just watch. That's just as good. Just as good. I'd appreciate that just as much. So now that I've got all that out of the way, tonight's story is the horrific Stacey Hanna story. Now, it is horrific. No two words about it. The two ways about it. It's absolutely awful. It genuinely is. So I'm going to begin that now. Okay. So information on this story is quite limited. It really is, and I don't know why. I mean, it does go back to the 90s, but it really is. It's so bad. I just don't understand why there's not more about it. Okay, so we have Stacey Hanna, who was born in 1978-79 in Lynchburg, Virginia. It is an American story. Okay. Her mum, Kathy Hanna. Okay. I don't know if she had siblings. I can't find that out. If you know any more information on this story that I don't put across, I'd really appreciate it. I know there's a book out there that I actually haven't read yet because I only found out there was a book yesterday. So yeah, if you know any more on it that I don't pull across, I'd really appreciate that. But it is said that Stacey was a very kind-hearted and generous girl. She was very pretty. She was quite petite. She was a petite little thing. Um, she said it said that she was very friendly. She made friends really easily, very quickly. She just seemed like a really nice girl. Okay. Now we get to the 4th of July 1997. All right. Now Stacey, she'd been during her teenage years, she'd become a bit confused with regards to her own sexuality. Okay. She wasn't too sure how she felt, but she did know she was attracted to girls. Okay. And she'd helped a friend move, and a friend was moving to Richmond, in Virginia. And I believe Lynchburg is more central, where Richmond's more on the outskirts. I could be wrong, but I believe that's where it is. And when she helped a friend move, she really liked Richmond. She was like, I feel like I could be quite comfortable here, and because it had quite a large LGBTQ community, and she was just so excited. So like I say, on the 4th of July 97, I believe it's Independence Day, she moved to Richmond to start this new life. Now she was only 18, she was very young, but her mom could see that this could be really good for her, and she just felt she'd be more comfortable than where the town she lived in, which possibly wasn't as gay friendly, I suppose you could say. All right. Now, as I said, she felt she could be herself here. She got a job quite quickly, and it was on a riverboat. It was like a restaurant and bar on this riverboat. She got a job there. All of these, the whole story happens very, very quickly. So everything I'm gonna say to you is all in quite a short amount of time. All right. Now she made friends with some young women quite quickly there, and a couple of them lived in a townhouse not far from the main town centre. All right. And they offered her a room there, and this was on a road called Belmont Avenue, and it was known to be a party house. These girls were from the LGBTQ community themselves. It was known to be a party house. Like I say, it was called the Girls of Belmont Avenue. That's what they were called. And they offered her a room, and she jumped at it. Of course she did. She was like, she just thought, God, I've got a job. I've got somewhere to live. This is great. I'm with my people. You know, she just thought this was fantastic. Now, what I'll say is the group of friends she made, they don't all live in the house, but I'm gonna give you a group of names now. All right. There'll be 4 girls I'm going to mainly talk about, as well as Stacey. All right. And the 4 girls are Kelly Tibbs, and her nickname is Turtle. And it's a name she answers to. It's a name she's known as. And apparently it was because her name, Kelly Tibbs, I'm assuming it's a surname, Tibbs, she was told by a, oh God, what's the Native American, that her name meant water, something to do with the sea, the ocean, that kind of thing. So anyway, her nickname's Turtle. All right. And she was classed as the leader of this group. Now, Turtle, that's what I'm going to refer to her as. She's only 18 herself. All right. They're all young girls. Then we have a girl called Tracy Bittner. Okay. She's 19. She's the eldest of the group. And she's the on-off girlfriend of Turtle. All right. Now, Tracy, bit of a bad temper. it says to me, if you were talking about a male group, you would class Tracy as being Turtle's enforcer. That's kind of what I've got her down as. Plus her on-off girlfriend, okay? Then you've got Stephanie Cull, who's 18. Now, Stephanie, she's got rheumatoid arthritis. She's registered as disabled, but she's also part of the group. And then you've got Dominica Winkler, 18 as well. She's the only straight member of the group, okay? She's the only straight one, but she gets on very well with the group. And she's part of, I suppose you would call, the girls of Belmont Avenue. She's part of that group, okay? And Stacey fits in straight away. They take to her, she's part of the group. It works for a very short amount of time, though, all right? She was so happy she could be openly gay, she was so happy. And then, just the worst thing could have happened. She just didn't know it was the worst thing. She begins a very, I want to say a fling. No, I don't think Stacey thought it was a fling, but Turtle did. And she starts this fling with Turtle. Don't forget, Turtle is Kelly Tibbs, okay? And she thinks it's a relationship. Now, don't forget what I've said about Turtle. She is in an on and off relationship with Tracy, the bad-tempered Tracy, okay? And the group themselves believe that Turtle was only doing it to really get Tracy jealous. That's the only reason she was doing it. But Stacey, this is her, not only her first gay relationship, it's her first relationship, full stop. And she fell hook, line and sinker really, really quickly. And the reason I keep emphasising the time frame is this fling, and it's all I can call it really, because it only lasted, I've heard a week and I've heard 2 weeks. I mean, even if we go for the longer time period, it's still only 2 weeks, okay? And Total got bored. And like I say, it was thought that she was only doing it to get Tracy jealous anyway. It was quite a toxic relationship by the sounds of it, Turtle and Tracy. And she finished with her. But Stacey was devastated. She was so upset, but it was said that Turtle loved Tracy, Tracy loved Turtle. And Stacey, if she'd have had previous relationships, maybe she'd have seen this for what it was and saw it as a fling, and something quick and it was over and move on. But because it was her first openly gay relationship, it's a real shame. The breakup hit her really hard and she was heartbroken, okay? And she really wanted Turtle back. She couldn't see this for what it was. Don't forget, these are very young girls as well. And Stacey, she's come from a much quieter place. And she seems like she was quite young, not young-minded, because that makes her sound like she's not there all there, but she was. It was just, I suppose it was. You remember your first love, it's over, and you do get over it quite quick. But as I've said, all of this happens very quickly anyway. And don't forget, she's living in the same house as Turtle. So you fell for someone hook, line and sinker, and they've just finished with you, and now you've got to live with them. It must have been awful for her. So what Stacey does, in kind of a last-ditch attempt to get Turtle back, because all the group had got sick of it. They were bored now. Like, because Stacey was still, like, very trying to get Turtle back, and they were all just like, get over it, what's the matter with you? They couldn't understand her reaction. And in this last-ditch attempt to kind of drive a wedge in between Turtle and Tracy, she tells Turtle, Kelly Tibbs, don't forget, that Tracy has only been using her, and that she'd never loved her. She was using her for free rent in the house, and just it was obviously lies. It obviously was. I don't know how she thought she was going to get away with it. I don't know, but again, it's showing that immaturity. This is what I'm talking about. And Turtle goes straight to Tracy, all guns blazing. Tracy's kind of looking at her going, what are you talking about? What do you want about? Obviously denies it, knows nothing about it. Everyone else is like, well, that's obviously rubbish. And the group are furious with Stacey. They are furious, okay? Because they're seeing their little group, they're quite close-knit group. There's one person who's causing a problem in it, and they're not happy with her, especially now the fact she's lying. And it was openly a lie, okay? And everyone knew it was a lie. But I think she was just clutching at straws, you know. I don't think could it have been love that quick? I think it would have been a puppy love. It would have been a first love. But it's just a real shame that she was still living at that house. Her best thing would have been, as soon as it ended, to leave. That would have been her best bet. But she didn't. So on Thursday, July the 24th, 1997, and I'm going to say again, remember I'd said, this all happened very quick. Stacey's only been in Richmond at this point 20 days. She hasn't even been there 3 weeks yet. And all of this has happened. So Turtle and Damika, they have it out with Stacey. And they're just like, you know, you're a liar. What are you making all this up for? Obviously, Stacey, this is the last thing she wants to happen, that Turtle's mad at her. You know, that wasn't what was supposed to happen by the lie. And it gets quite volatile in the house, to the point where the neighbours phone the police. Police come round, it gets all quietened down and everything else. They all talk. And afterwards, it looks like it's resolved. Well, Stacey thinks it's resolved. From her point of view, you know, they've had it out, they've had this row, she's had a bit of a bollocking over it. She thinks that'll be the end of it. But don't forget Tracy, as I've mentioned, she's quite a volatile character. Damika, it said that you wouldn't mess with her. Turtle herself had a very troubled upbringing. She got pregnant when she was 13 after being sexually assaulted by 5 men. You know, they'd all had kind of a rough upbringing. And then you've got Stephanie, who it doesn't say anything about her upbringing, but, you know, she's got this disability. So they've all kind of got problems. And I don't know if that's what brought them all together, but I don't know about Stephanie. But the rest of them, you know, they're very, very highly strung girls, and they're not getting over this as quickly as Stacey's hoping, and Stacey believes they have. All right. So behind her back, they all talk about the Stacey problem. That's what they call it. They actually call it that, the Stacey problem, and what they should do about it. And basically, they come to an agreement and they make a plan that they're going to arrange to get her to like a local park to teach her a lesson. Okay, that's what they come up with. This, don't ask her to leave, you know, kick her out. You're adults. You're not living at home anymore. You're not at school. Act like an adult. If you can see this girl is apparently causing problems with the group, ask her to leave. No, we're gonna take her to a park and we're gonna beat her up. That's what we're gonna do. I mean, but we get to Saturday, July the 26th, 97. So it's 2 days after that argument that they had. All right. And the plan was to go to Marshfield. Okay, this is a place near the airport that a lot of groups hang out at. They drink, smoke, all of that sort of stuff. You get a lot of teenagers hanging again. So, but you've got a house. What? Why are we going here? Now, Stacey, she's nervous. She's really nervous about this. She doesn't want to go. So she agrees that she'll go with them if I don't know if it's got to be a mutual friend, because like I say, she's only been there at this point just over 3 weeks, okay? But it's a friend called Dana Vaughan. And she says, oh, I'm only going to go, excuse me, if Dana goes, then maybe she knew the rest of them weren't as forgiving as she at first thought. And she thought maybe if she's got Dana there with her, you know, she'll have a bit of support there. But Dana, when she comes in, she's like, she's got a real bad flu. So I'm not going. I don't want to go. But they all know if Dana doesn't come, Stacey's not coming, and the whole plan goes to pot. You know, their great plan. You know, the big plan they've come up with. So I believe it was Turtle turned around to her, or it could have been Tracy, but they were like, stop being an idiot. Yeah, just take some, you know, flu medicine or pills or whatever it is. Apparently it was quite strong. Gave her a couple of beers. And before you know it, she's like, right, okay, I'm coming. But apparently she was quite dopey. She was doped up, basically. But she agrees to go. Okay? So they all leave and they go in Stephanie's car. All right, so there's actually, at this point, 6 of them. All right, so we've got Stacey, we've got Dana, and then we've got the 4 girls. We've got Kelly, i.e. Turtle, Tracy, Stephanie, and D'Amica. All right, so 6 of them who've gone. Okay, so they arrived at Marshfield about 9 p.m. Okay, and when they get there, Dana, at this point, you know, Stacey's support system, she's fell asleep. She fell asleep in the car. She, like I say, apparently she was really quite poorly. She took a mass amount of sort of flu medicine, and she had a couple of drinks, completely knocked her out. So she was kind of in and out. It said that she was in and out that evening. But at this point, when they pulled up, she was asleep. So the rest of them got out of the car. Okay. And they begin having fun. You know, they're listening to music. They're having a couple of drinks. They're actually having a laugh. Stacey thinks, okay, maybe I was worried for nothing. You know, maybe it will be okay. And, you know, it does look like it's going all right. Until Turtle gives a signal. Okay. And I don't know what this signal apparently was, but there was a signal that had been prearranged. And when this signal was given, they just all begin beating Stacey. All of them. Now, I say all of them. Stephanie, as I've said, she got rheumatoid arthritis. It's said to be quite debilitating. It was quite a severe case. So she didn't get involved in the real severe beating, but she was there, and she still, you know, kicked a couple of times, punched a couple of times, but it was mainly Turtle, Tracy, and D'Amica. Okay, they were kicking her, were punching her. D'Amica started whipping her with her belt. At one point, then Stacey's, after a couple of punches to the face, she's fell to the floor. She's very confused. She's asking why. What have I done? Why are we doing? You know, why are you doing this to me? She's obviously in pain now, and they're just screaming at her, because you're a liar. Because you're a liar. Apparently, the majority of that was Tracy herself, and obviously it was Tracy she'd lied about. Okay, so it was her screaming, "You're a liar." And it started off that way. It started off because initially it was just to give her, it was to give her a hiding. What they wanted to do, they wanted to beat her, leave her there, and let her walk home. That's apparently what the original arrangement was. But then after about 10-15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, that's a long time for people to be kicking and punching and whipping you, okay? But D'Amica bends down, she picks up a cinder block. A cinder block, it's like a slab of cement, okay, concrete. And she picks it up and she drops it onto Stacey's head. All right. And you think they'd all kind of stop and be shocked and be like, what are you doing? No. Because that somehow then revved them up to get their box cutters out. And we call them Stanley blades. Obviously, in everything I've read, it's box cutters, all right? But they get these box cutters out and they begin slashing her. Just slashing her. It's mainly total Tracy and D'Amica, as I've said. Stephanie did mainly watch, although we do know that she slashed her at least twice herself. You know, the girl who couldn't hold anything said she couldn't even squeeze a clothes peg together, but she could slash her with a Stanley blade. She could do that. Then they carved with the box cutter lawyer into her thigh. She's still alive, even after having that cinder block smashed onto her head. She's still alive. She's still crying. She's still begging them to stop. She begins to have slashes on her hands as defense wounds where she's trying to fight them away and get them away. And as quick as they started, they stopped. They just stopped and they left her on the floor. Now remember, the original plan was just to give her a hiding, you know, I'm being so flippant, but that was the plan, to beat her up and then leave her there, let her have to walk home or whatever, and that had been her learning her lesson. But since the cinder block got dropped on her head, and the fact that they had these box cutters on them anyway, that doesn't make sense to me, that it was only supposed to be a beating. But why have you got them on you? But after they've done all this damage to this young girl, and remember I said at the beginning, she's only a slight little girl. She's tiny. After they've done all this damage to her, they just stop and they get up and they get in the car and they drive away, leaving her in agony on the floor. Okay, so as they're driving away, though now, said that Turtle had said, you know, maybe we've gone a bit far, maybe we should, phone her an ambulance or something. Maybe we should do something. And D'Amica and Tracy was like, no, she's going to tell them. She'll tell them what we've done. So then Tracy comes up with the excellent idea of cutting out her tongue. Now, don't forget, they've left her, they've gone. But as they're driving away, they're now coming up. They're not satisfied. They're like, should we cut out her tongue so she can't say what we've done? And D'Amica goes, and then we'd have to cut off her fingers so she couldn't write it down. This is the childlike mentality of these girls. It's this teenage mob mentality. It's crazy. We've done many stories like this. I think this one most resembles Shanda Sharer. It most resembles that story to me. And so they turn around and they go back. And when they get back, she's still lying there in agony, but she's managed to crawl away. Not far, she hasn't got very far. And they pick her up and they bring her around to the boat. I believe it was Tracy and D'Amica, and bring her around to the boat. Apparently she begs them not to throw her in the boot, saying she's claustrophobic. Please don't put me in there. And they just told her to shut up and threw her in. I believe D'Amica spat on her. And they closed the boot and they got in the car and drove off. Now, as they're driving, she's screaming in the back and she's banging on the boat. You know, she's begging them to let her out, and she's begging just to speak to her mum. It's just such a shame. But they carry on driving, and she's still banging. So in the end, D'Amica says, pull over. They pull over and she walks around. She opens up the boot and she stabs her again. Okay, and she's basically like, shut up. And she goes, and while we're here, give me your watch. And she hands over a watch and she takes her rings off her as well. Spits on her again. Closes the boot and gets back in the car. All right. So they drive until they get to a quiet logging trail just off Nash Road, it's called. Okay. Again, they all get out the car except for Dana, again, who's still completely oblivious to all this. I've heard two stories. I've heard that she was completely oblivious, and I've also heard that she did come to at one point in a foggy way and thought that she could see Stacey on the floor with blood on her. But I've heard different versions of that. But at this point, she's still 8:30, Dana is. So they all get out of the car. They get Stacey out of the boot, who's crying. She's in agony, this girl is. She's been so... I don't know how she's still alive. I'm going to be honest. That she's had a cinder block smashed over her head. She's been stabbed many times. She's had lawyer carved into her thigh. She's been through a real ordeal, but she's still fighting. She's still alive. Okay. And then they drag her down a dirt road. I think it's about 100 yards from where the car is. And they stop by sort of this big muddy puddle, all right? And they strip her down to her underwear, okay? And then Stephanie, you know, the arthritic one, who can't do anything, she starts the whole thing off again. She stabs her in her back. In her back, says it all, doesn't it? But she stabs her in her back with such force that Stacey falls face down into the muddy water, okay? And then they all begin beating her again. It all just starts again. It's what I'm on about with this mob mentality. They just roll each other up. And it always shocks me that there's not one of them that will say, no, we're not going to do this. Let's stop. It's always the opposite reaction. And it's like they always try and one-up each other. Who can do the most damage to this poor girl who they've known for just over 3 weeks. And it's said that when they were in the car, they kind of all agreed that now she has got to die. So Turtle tries strangling her. Doesn't work. It's not as easy as you might think. They're slashing her. D'Amica, she's stabbing at her. they're trying everything to kill this girl, but she's still alive. Tracy then goes up and she slashes her across the throat a couple of times. Now, it didn't actually hit any arteries. How, I don't know, but it didn't. But it did slash her windpipe. Okay. Also, just before this happened, Tracy had been putting mud in her mouth and in her nose. She'd been shoving it into her mouth and her nose to try and suffocate her because Tailtron Strangler hadn't worked. She's like, oh my God, you animals. Right. No, I swore I'd never use animal again. Now, as I said, she slashed a windpipe. Now, she was choking on the mud. Because of where she was, that muddy puddle, she was choking on that. They could hear it. They could hear her gargling. But she was still alive. Okay. But they're just like, let's just leave her now. And they go back to the car. Bar Turtle, she turned round. And she stabs her deep in the chest with a stick. With a stick. And then leaves her there. And she's alive. She's still alive at this point. She said all she wanted. I think she'd said in the trunk, please, I just want to tell my mum I love her. And just, you know, you could say even in the first attack, it just escalated and it was a frenzied attack. But they had time to calm down in that car. They left her. They chose to go back. Oh, just awful. And this went on for 2 hours. The whole ordeal was 2 hours long. And when on their way back, they throw the box cutters and Stacey's blood-soaked clothes in a dumpster near Tracy's place. I mean, you know, come on. Sometimes the stupidity is crazy to me. It's crazy. You might as well have just put it in your kitchen bin, for goodness sake. So when by the time they get back, it's quite late. They're all there, very rolled up still, very, you know, saying, I did this. Well, I slit her throat. I really enjoyed that. I did this. I smacked her over the head with the cinder block. You know, they're very braggy over it with each other. They're very excited. And as the night goes on, then they all go to bed. How do you sleep? How do you... I don't get it. Dana apparently was neither here nor there. She wasn't aware of anything that had gone on that night. I mean, that's a dangerous way to get state to get yourself into. That your friend's being murdered in front of you and you're a couple of feet away in the car and you don't hear any of it. You don't see any of it. Bar that one source that I saw that said she vaguely remembers seeing her with blood on her but didn't know what she was looking at, and then she passed back out or whatever she did. So they all go to bed, and when they get up in the morning, now D'Amica had threatened them all. She was like, if any of yous talk, same thing's going to happen to yous. So although Turtle was apparently the leader of the group, seems like, and Tracy was apparently, for my word, her enforcer, seems like D'Amica was, you know, she seemed to rule that group too. Well, the next day, Tracy can't, can she? She can't keep this quiet. She's too proud. She's too proud of what she's done. And she tells a couple of her friends, now don't forget, when they left Stacey, she was still alive. So the friends go to the police and they tell them, look, they've took this girl somewhere. They beat her. She's really badly hurt. She could, you know, we don't know where she is, but it sounds like she's in real trouble. Okay. So, oh, and also Stephanie, she tells her girlfriend. So none of them kept quiet. They couldn't even keep quiet 12 hours. So the police quickly turn up at the townhouse. Okay, and they say, we're looking for a missing girl. Stacey Hanna, we're looking for her. So while they're being questioned, the girls are being questioned, Stephanie kind of, I don't know if she pulled up outside or what had happened, but she panics and she goes to a car wash. Well, the police were following her. They were following her. So when she gets to the car wash and they see her running round and about to try and clear this car of any evidence that might be in there, they stop her. They run out. They stop her. They confiscate the car there and then. And they start looking in the car and there's blood in the boot. There's blood in the back. You know, it's all very questionable. They also find hair in the boot. So they're all picked up. All 5 girls, including Dana. Okay. Now Dana sticks to what she says. She's like, listen, I don't know. I was out of it last night. So, and the other girls, when they're talking and Dana comes up, they all say the same thing. They're like, listen, you know, she was out of it last night. You know, she slept for the whole time we were out. And what they begin to say at the very beginning is, yes, she was with us, but, you know, she left us. She left and we haven't seen her since. It's what they start off saying. It doesn't last long. It doesn't last long at all. Bit of probing from the police and they all start bending, as we know they do. And they all start turning on each other, including Turtle and Tracy, you know, Love's Young Dream, who the whole thing was over in the first place, kind of, with the lie and everything else. Oh, yeah, they turn on each other. Danica, she turns, but how she messes herself up is while she's in the, she's been interrogated, she's got a watch on her arm. And they're like, we need to look at that watch. We need to look at that. So they take the watch off her. You know, they want to search everything. Whose is the watch? It's Stacey's. What was she thinking? Okay. Then they go and search all the bins around the place, and just outside Tracy's house, there's the clothes. There's the box cutters. All there. This is all found the next day. But they still don't know where Stacey is. And they do say to Turtle, do you think she's still alive? And apparently she said, look, I hope so. I hope she is. She goes, but we really, you know, we beat her. We really did beat her, but I hope she's still alive. Okay? So Turtle takes the police to where they've left Stacey. Well, she takes them to the two places. She takes them to the place where where the attack started, and that's where they see the cinder block with blood all over it. There's a very expensive ring that had been dropped, which was Stacey's. There's blood, there's hair everywhere. You know, it's quite obvious that an attack's happened here. And then she takes them to where they eventually had brought Stacey to. And when they get down there is Stacey. And she's lying there on her side. Apparently, like, she's sleeping. She's got her hands underneath her head. But she's dead. Oh, it's just sort of such a shame. It really is. Now, when the autopsy was done, the cause of death was actually drowning. Okay. And if you remember when I said she'd slit her throat, but it had cut a windpipe, when she'd been pushed and left face down, she'd started ingesting the muddy water through the wound. That's what had actually killed her. The cinder block, that had fractured her skull, but she'd lived through that. She had 65 separate cuts and wounds all over her. She had 14-inch stab wounds on her body. Obviously the word lawyer carved into her thigh. Her nose was broken. She had black eyes. Obviously there was very thick slash wounds to her hands where she tried to protect herself. So as I've said, the cause of death was drowning. My heart breaks because it's like, how long did that take after they left her? And it said that had she been out, maybe if she'd have been able to get herself out of that water properly, I don't know how she could have lived, to be honest, but if that's how she died, maybe she could have lived. But I just think it's just so sad. It's like, how long did it take? I don't know. But the manner of death was homicide. Okay. So, they're all obviously charged with, well, Turtle, Tracy, Damika and Stephanie are all charged with, sorry, Turtle, Tracy and Damika are charged with capital murder because there was a robbery involved in the murder, which was when they were robbing her watch, her rings. But Stephanie herself, because she hadn't taken part in the majority of the assault, she was charged with first degree murder. Okay, now the capital murder, you can go for the death penalty with that. So that's what they were going for. The public was so upset. They really were, including the community of Richmond themselves, because they felt it was going to look bad on them as the gay community. They thought it might look on them, and they were like, this hasn't got anything to do with their sexuality. This is teenage thuggery, basically. Which it was. So Dana herself, she wasn't charged at all. She didn't get charged at all. Now, the death penalty was actually sought for Tracy and Damika, okay? And it was sought with those two, Damika because of robbing her and the cinder block, and Tracy, I believe, for robbing her and for slashing her throat, okay? I don't know why Turtle wasn't included in that. You know, the main cause of the whole thing, you know, she's not in the, you know, down for going to be sentenced to death, basically. So they have the trial, and of course it's, the defences are, they've had a hard life, they've had such a rough upbringing, you can't do this. It's pathetic. I've no time for it. Okay, so now they were all found guilty. Okay, all of them. Now I will tell you, I want to give you all their names again. Okay, so we have Kelly Turtle Tibbs. She was given life, no parole. Okay. Tracy Bittner. She was given life, no parole. Stephanie Cole. She was given 20 years because, you know, of her arthritis, she couldn't do a lot. So, I'm sorry, I've got no sympathy for these whatsoever. Now, Damika, now, I've got to admit, I agree with Stacey's mum here. No, hold on, let me explain myself. Damika, she was given a death sentence. She sentenced to death. And Kathy, Stacey's mum, this is what the jury had come back with, and Kathy wrote a letter to the judge. Now, when I first started hearing about this, I was like, oh God, what? Because she wrote a letter to the judge saying she didn't want her to be sentenced to death. And I was like, why? What? I wasn't sure, was she forgiving her? What was it? And no, it wasn't that at all. What it was is Kathy believed they all should have got the death penalty. All of them. Kathy said, including Dana, you know, the one who was passed out in the car. She reckons she should have got the death penalty as well. So it wasn't that she was against the death penalty or she was feeling sorry for any of them or anything else. How she was seeing it is because Damika was a black girl. She felt that it was, and also she knew her daughter Stacey. She wouldn't have wanted that injustice, and she did feel it was a racial element of it. That why had she been given a death sentence but the others hadn't? And I've got to admit, I agree. Why weren't they? Why didn't they all get it? And she says it wasn't. She's not defending Jamaica by any stretch of the imagination. She wants her to face death, but she just thought it was unfair that they all hadn't got that. So the judge obviously read the letter, and he came back with, okay, and sentenced Damika to life, no parole. Okay, so the three got the same. All right. I've got to admit, I agree. I do agree. I don't know why D'Amica got it. They tried to say it was because of the watch. And her defence attorney was like, are you telling me she's getting sentenced to death because of a watch? And really, that's what it's kind of coming down to, and it's not good enough. So I did understand where Kathy was coming from. The fact that Dana should have got a death penalty as well. Listen, if that was my daughter, yeah, I'd feel the same. If you were there, whether you were conscious or not, I wouldn't care. I'd throw the book at the lot, yeah. So I do understand where she's coming from in that. Okay. So right up until the year 2000, Turtle, Tracy and D'Amica had been appealing their sentences, but they exhausted all of those. So the three of them will never see the light of day again, which, fabulous. Stephanie, unfortunately, was released in 2015. She'd done 20 years. Well, no, she hadn't actually. I'm lying. She'd got 20 years. She only done 18. Sorry, I'm lying. She'd only done 18. So she was 36 when she was released. You know, go on and adopt children. She could live a perfectly good life. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it at all. More to the point, she drove them everywhere. She was driving. She went on. She didn't have to drive back. You know, when they got out there and she knew they were going to give her a hiding, she didn't have to go along with that. But maybe when she saw it escalate, she could have been like, right, I haven't signed up for this. I'm out of here. If you want to lift, you can take one. But otherwise, you know, she tried to make it out that she was scared too. But when they turned up at the second assault site, the murder site, she was the first one to stab at Stacey. So I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. But yeah, she was released, like I say, in 2015. So yeah, just an awful, awful, awful case. Very, very sad. And the fact that they'd all only known each other for like 3 weeks, it's just awful. But that was the horrific Stacey Hanna story. Oh, she's really, really sad. It very much reminds me of Shanda Shara. I've done quite a few stories like this, but it genuinely does remind me of that story. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Like I say, I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Tuesdays are my request evening. Thursdays are stories that I like to bring to you that you might not have perhaps heard of. And if you could like or subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Take care. Thank you. How are we all? How are we? What do you think? What did you think? Did you think that, I think they all should have got the same. I think they all should have got the death penalty. Oh, thank you, sis. Thank you. I do. I think they all should have got the same and it should have all have been death. But, I mean, at least they're not going to get out again, the main 3. But even that 4th one, I don't get why she got less. I just don't. I know 18 years to an 18-year-old, it's going to seem like life. Keep spitting on them. But she's out. She's been out for 10 years. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it at all. But it's just really sad that there's not more on it. I genuinely really had to search for information on it. It's really sad. Thank you, Warwick. Thank you. Have we all been playing nicely? I managed to phase you out. Because otherwise I wouldn't have got started at all. I was never going to start otherwise. Got more legs are dead. Oh, thank you, Phil. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it was a sad one. Very similar to a lot of stories, but the most I recognised it to was Shanda Shara. I have done that story before. Very, very similar. Well, she was only 12. Devastating, but absolutely, we're a wonderful bunch. Well, this is good, Tipoli Jessica. Oh, you haven't, Jessica? Are you still there? She gone. Jessica, are you still there? You better not have got rid of her. Okay. Is she still here? Is she still? Speak to me, Jessica. Are you still here? Stop it now. Did you? We can't. We haven't got it. We've got no one here. We can't do any more people. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe if she can take Warwick, she can take you. I believe. I do. I do. I don't believe that for a second. Oh, bless her. She does get a lot of stick, bless her. What was I going to say? I was going to say something then, wasn't I? Oh, bugger. Oh, that's completely gone out of my head with you bullying people. Completely forgot what I was going to say. I've got this puff way too close to my legs, and my legs, I can't sit still to know it's terrible. But, yeah, where am I? She gone. Jessica, are you there? Are you still here? When did she last speak? Is she a rebel? Is that her? Oh, there she is. Hi, Jessica. Oh, Jessica, tell us I didn't bully you around. Stop it. Oh, she's horrible, isn't she? I was wondering if you were still here, Jessica. It's okay. It's all right. I thought we had a Narayan on our hands, although there's no comparison there at all. Oh God, I think Tyler might have left us as well. Thank God. Yes, but I say it with humility, say it with venom. I ain't gonna argue with that either, Warwick. I can't even defend you, Tiffany. I just can't. I'd like to, but I can't. I'm not doing so. Oh, that's okay, sweet. That's okay. I was just wondering where you was. That's all. That's okay. But yeah. Well, what am I doing? What am I doing? Is that Mom? I wonder if that's Mom. What? Oh, I didn't. Oh, you donut, Jessica. I didn't put do not disturb. Don't try me, Warwick. Oh, don't start her off. Don't start her off, Warwick. My God. She'll really start throwing some venom around. She really will. Right, okay. Well, on that note, guys, I'm going to let yous go. I was adding some of your videos in my new playlist. Flicking Jessica. Who's... Oh, Warwick! Stop it. Some of my videos, Jessica. Mine. Oh, I don't want to say. I'll be really flattered if it's not me. So I'll wait until you answer. Did you mean me in your playlist? I know he's terrible, Jessica. He really is. I didn't catch on to what he was on about for a second either. I was just saying it out loud. He's terrible. Right, okay. Oh, I love you too, sis. Right, I'm gonna... It's jingle time. So if you could like the video afterwards, I'd really appreciate it. Or, yes, Phil, it's jingle time. Or, oh, Jessica, thank you. That's nice. Oh, that's nice to know. Thank you. Yeah, if you could like, comment and subscribe, guys, I'd really appreciate it. Look, comment and subscribe, please. Look, comment, subscribe, please. It's all very aggressive. It's because I haven't got a light bulb. That's what it is. But I will, yeah, I will see you all on Tuesday. Have a fabulous weekend. And whatever you all choose to do, Phil, enjoy your weekend off. Like, comment, and subscribe, or in an angry voice. I'm not meaning it to be angry, though. I'm trying. I don't know how to. I don't even know. I need to look at how I used to do, because I don't think I was this angry before. So I will see you all. Thank you to Tiffany, my moderator extraordinaire. I haven't seen Hailey, have I? And Warwick and Phil and Jessica, thank you all so much. And I think Jerome, I don't know if he's still here, and I don't know if Kelly's been in, but thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all next Tuesday. Have a fabulous weekend, guys. Take care. I don't know how to do it without my finger being in there. Look, comment, subscribe, guys.